What is up, you guys? Welcome to another week of Top Gun 7's videos. This week we are going over EU predictions for this up-and-coming winter 2022-2023 split. So we're gonna go over a little bit more than that, okay? We're kind of gonna go over big changes that happened during the previous trade window, which there were very few big moves for EU, so we're gonna go over those two. There's about two, really, and we're gonna kind of go over those, and we are also going to go over my top 10. Before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. I post things like this. I do NA, EU, I do predictions for the fall major. I will do a kind of power ranking halfway through the season. And I also do trade ups and drop openings, and I like drafts as well, like top 5 picks and things like that. So if any of that sounds to your interest, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Let's get this started. All right, so what's happened during this last trade window? So we kind of know the two big moves for sure, which was Moist picking up Juicy after Rise left, Rise moving to Oxygen, and then Oli kind of being left in the dust. I'm really not sure if he's found a team. I did not see him in closed quals, and I did not see him, obviously, in the top 8 teams. So I'm not really sure what's happened to him. If you guys know, or if you guys find out, let me know in the comments below, because I do like to keep up with these things. I may know before you guys comment anyways, but let's keep track of him. He was a good player, right? So those are kind of the things that happened, the big things that happened during this last trade window, was just those two moves of Rise leaving Moist, Oli getting kicked from Oxygen, Rise moving to Oxygen, Juicy moving to Moist. All right, so we have those. And with that said, let's talk about my top 10 teams. If you look right here, all of my top 10 teams are listed. Are you surprised? List your top 10 teams down below, and maybe I will try to guess. Coming in 10th place, I'm putting Evil Geniuses. They did show up a little bit last split, but not enough to justify putting them higher. I think they did just enough to maintain top 10, in my opinion. It's not like they had anything crazy going on, no insane split, as I said, but I think they're gonna come out swinging a little bit this split. In my 9th position. This is tough. I think EU is very, very, very hard for me, except the top 3 or 4 teams, to be honest. It's so hard because so many of them are so close in skill level. But in 9th place, I'm putting Tundra. Tundra came out swinging last season, I think, with a 5th to 7th place. No, sorry. Tundra came out swinging last split with a, I think, 6th to 8th placement. I don't think too much is going to change for them. EU is absolutely stacked with amazing teams like KC and Quadrant and Moist and BDS. I don't think they're going to make it higher than 9th this time around. In my 8th place, I have G1. This was really hard because I think G1 is a squad with so much potential, but again, it's another situation of, I think they placed, again, 6th to 8th, somewhere in there last split, that they're coming through this time around. Obviously, they got something to prove, but I want them to make it. I really do. I want them to make top 5, but I just don't think that they will, not with the other talent here. Like, it is so difficult when all these teams are so close together. Now, this one may come as a surprise to you guys. In my 7th place, I am putting Quadrant. Take it in. Just take it in. They made the fall major. They made top 5 last split. I know what you're thinking. However, I think some of these teams, again, are coming back with an absolute vengeance and so much potential. And some of these other teams are just as talented, and I think they're gonna get their time in the spotlight. You'll see when I get to my top 5. I have, I believe, 2 teams different than who went to the fall major. In 6th place, I have Team Liquid. The reason I have Team Liquid here is simply because I think they have more potential than anyone else here. But their problem is, in my opinion, that they have such a low floor. They have tons and tons of inconsistency. And that is going to make them struggle against these teams that have lower peaks but much higher floors than them. They have the potential to win everything all of the time, but they just can't. And I think they've shown multiple times over by now that they kind of tend to sneak in at the end by getting a very good placement despite their other subpar placements. So that's why I'm putting Team Liquid here. And now we are getting to the top 5 teams. The top 5 teams. In 5th place, I have, drumroll, Vitality. Shocker, I know, or maybe not. Maybe it isn't that shocking, but I think Vitality's performance fell very short last split at beginning, but I think they gradually started getting better and better and getting good placement. I think Vitality can make a comeback. I'm believing in the comeback of Vitality this split. Mark my words, they are going to be going to the Winter Major in San Diego. I have faith. I'm not even some Vitality fangirl, but I think the potential of this squad is through the roof. And like I said, I think gradually as time went on and they played more and more together, I really think that this squad started performing really well. And I can't wait to see what they bring to the table this weekend. In my 4th spot, I have Moist. Now, I know Moist is always known to climb their way to the top, all right? I know this, but Vatira left last split, Rise left this split. All we have left is Joyo. The main man, Joyo, left on this Moist team. And with Juicy being involved, I don't know if they're going to clash or if they're gonna go insane and pop off like they do every single split or every single major. You know, I'm so unsure of this Juicy edition that I don't know how it's gonna go, which is why I have them at 4th, because I still think they're gonna make top 5, but I have them at 4th. In my 3rd place, I have Team BDS. Now, I kind of am a BDS fangirl. I can acknowledge that. I can recognize that. However, I think BDS is going to come back with the biggest vengeance of any team here. Of any team here. They've got something to prove. They were 2nd or 1st place in their region all of last season. In every split, for the season as a whole, they won Worlds. I know they didn't place well in a couple of the majors, but overall, they were on more than they were off. And I think this time, like I said, they got something to prove. So BDS taking my 3rd place. Now, you know what I have left. Right here. Oxygen and Karmine Corp. Which one is taken first and which one is taken 2nd? As you guys know, Karmine Corp really did well last split, coming on top of their EU region by a decent amount. Oxygen, I believe, came in second, and neither one of them really performed fantastic in the major, but one of them has a new addition in Rise. For my second place, I am putting Karmine Corp. I just think the Oxygen team is going to be too strong. I know Karmine Corp is so incredibly good, and they had a fantastic split last season, but you just can't deny, again, you can't deny the power of one of the Moist Boys, right? You can't deny the power of either Vatira or Rise, but I think Rise is going to be an incredible addition to that Oxygen squad. And that leaves Oxygen taking first place in the EU region this split. So, going to San Diego in April, I have in first place Oxygen. Second place, Karmine Corp. Third place, BDS. Fourth place, Moist. And fifth place, Vitality. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions in the comments below. All right, everybody feels differently. Everybody feels differently. I spend a lot of time watching RLCS, but that doesn't mean that what I feel is going to happen or what I feel is right. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in this split for RLCS 2022 to 2023. Next week, I will have a video on NA, so make sure that you tune in for that next Monday. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you next week.